How to become a gentleman villain. Ed Rothtailor said to himself. Darkness fell upon the camp. Adele the Bard was gone. The scenario I knew had completely changed. The closest major event now was the battle to defeat Lucy. The skill points, experience, and unique abilities obtainable there would be a tremendous help for the upcoming 4th chapter. More importantly, Taylor's growth had been stunted, which was a major source of anxiety. I could not cling to this twisted version of the story forever, but Taylor's development was supposed to be my insurance. The battle against Lucy was a crucial event. It was meant to allow her to finally let go of Glock. I thought speaking with her would help me gauge where things stood. But Lucy, who usually lingered around the camp napping, had not shown up in many days. Were things really okay like this? Ed Rothtailor thought, sweating as he whispered to himself, Ugh. Suddenly he opened his eyes and said, Huh? As he sat up, he panted, Ha ha! How long had it been? He could not fully remember, but the dream had been a nightmare. After the upcoming final exams, the school break would arrive. Was it because of the sudden relaxation in the environment? A dark smoke rose near Ed Rothtailor's shoulder, coming from behind him, while the campfire burned. Ed Rothtailor said to himself, I remember now. Before I came here, I dreamed about this every night. At the academy, Tanya Rothtailor said, Ed seemed troubled lately. Jix replied, Yes. He said he was fine, but I had a bad feeling about it. Everything appeared normal on the surface. He was busy, as always, handling his responsibilities in the camp while diligently attending classes and studying. In the hallway, Claire asked, Should we get dessert? Anna said, I will get it. Jix continued, This is only an assumption, but it felt like he had a lot on his mind. Tanya Rothtailor said, I am worried. About him. Jix added, I am worried as well, but about something else. Tanya Rothtailor asked, Huh? Jix said, As you know, Ed's relationships are complicated. Tanya Rothtailor sweated and said, I am aware. Jix said, Ed being troubled is not common. Some might even see this as an opportunity. The competition might become even more intense. At Ed Rothtailor's cabin, Janica Flaylover said, I think I can handle lower-level spirits now. Ed Rothtailor asked, Really? You still cannot see clearly yet though, right? Janica Flaylover replied, I am a little worried my mana might twist, but I will try anyway since you are here, Ed. I need to get back to classes soon. Exams are coming up. Ed Rothtailor said, that is true. Janica Flaylover said, Ha, let me begin. As she started to chant gibberish, Ed Rothtailor thought to himself, Janica normally does not need full recitation for lower spirits, but since it has been a while, she chose to be cautious. That spell. Mug appeared, exclaiming, Ah! You have finally called for me again, Lady Janica. Janica Flaylover held her head and coughed. Cough! Mug said, Ah! My lady. As Janica Flaylover fainted, Ed Rothtailor caught her before she fell. Are you okay? He asked. Janica Flaylover, shocked and confused, blushed like a teapot ready to burst. She murmured, Uh-huh. Ed Rothtailor asked, Can you hear me? Head inside for now, Mug. Mug replied, All right. It has been a while since I was last summoned. Janica Flaylover said, Yes. It took more mana than expected, so I was surprised. Ed Rothtailor held her head and said, That is strange. Are you not fully recovered yet? You seem to be running a fever as well. As Janica Flaylover continued to sweat and heat up, she said, That is not because of the mana, Ed. Lortel Kacheln said, I knew about this already, but seeing it in person was still strange. Ed Rothtailor said, Ah, Lortel. Lortel Kacheln waved at them and said, I came here to see you, Ed. I even prepared myself, but this is... She sweated and added, to think he had truly settled down out here. As Janica Flaylover's cabin sparkled, Lortel Kacheln said, I wanted an explanation for why this had happened. Or maybe I did not. Janica Flaylover said, That voice. Is that you, Lortel? Lortel Kacheln said, It has been a while, Janica. Janica Flaylover replied, Yeah, it really is you, Lortel. She smiled proudly and said, I decided to move in with Ed. We are living together now. Lortel Kacheln tried to smile and said, Living together? I think it would be more appropriate to say that you are his neighbor now. I came here today to check up on Ed, Lortel continued, but also to give him some important information. Ed Rothtailor asked, Important information? About what? Lortel Kacheln said, Ed, I do not know what your finances look like, but I recommend that you buy everything you need for the next semester early. Ed Rothtailor said, Already? It would be cheaper to buy things now, sure, but the break has not even begun yet. Lortel Kacheln said, It is not about the price. Lortel added calmly, You will not be able to buy anything once the break is over. What? You were lucky to hear this information as well, Janica. Janica Flailover said, yeah, but I am living together by Ed's side now, so you do not need to specify either of us anymore. Thanks, though. Ed Rothtailor sweated and looked at Janica Flailover, thinking to himself, how odd of Janica. Oh, she did not miss a beat when talking to Lortel. Of course, it was Lortel we were talking about, so she would not get angry or flustered. Inside, Lortel Cachon blazed with flaming anger. Lortel Cachon said, still, it was irritating. I am heading back for today, Lortel said. But this place is quite nice. The air is fresh and there is a stream nearby. I understand why Lucy comes here to nap all the time. Janica Flailover frowned, annoyed. What? Ed Rothtailor thought to himself, Janica's eyesight has not fully returned yet, but she saw this clearly. As Lortel Cachon looked back, she thought, this place. This place. Ed Rothtailor noted to himself that Lortel Cachon was smiling. At the academy, a maid said to Belle, Lady Lortel left a message? She offered to find you a replacement and asked whether you wanted a new job. This is the pay she is offering. Belle took the letter and muttered, huh? I mean, I understand it is Lady Lortel, but this is so sudden. The maid watched as Belle sweated and opened the letter. Belle said to herself, 3 Flynn gold coins. It was not a small amount, but 3 Flynn gold coins. I have worked in this hall for many years, no matter how much she offers me. The maid took the letter gently and said, I did not mean to pry, Chief Maid. Belle read aloud from the letter. Your daily pay is 3 Flynn gold coins. The maid clarified, she is offering you 3 gold coins per day. Belle repeated to herself in disbelief, not monthly, not weekly, but daily. The maid asked hesitantly, are you planning to quit? At the cabin in the woods, Ed Rothtailor pounded the roof lightly and wiped the sweat from his brow. A voice called out, Is this really Ed I am speaking to? Ed Rothtailor looked toward the voice, confused. Sales Manager Dune said, I was sent here by Lady Lortel. My official title is Sales Manager Dune of the LT Trading Company's Sylvania branch. This is Rihanna. We came to do some surveying. Ed Rothtailor sweated. Surveying? No way. Sales Manager Dune continued, It will be over soon. Lady Lortel intends to build a cabin out here. As Lortel Cachon smiled with a plan in her office, Dune added, She sent me ahead to take some rough measurements. Ed Rothtailor thought to himself, a cabin. She was serious. It is an honor to finally meet you, Dune said politely, throwing an item from his bag for Rihanna to catch. Ed Rothtailor said, It is strange for you to be so formal. You seem to be around my age. Why not relax a little? Dune replied smoothly, You are someone my employer considers special. It is never bad to flatter a bit. Well, I doubt I will see you often anyway. Lady Lortel does not like sending her employees out here. Dune said to Rihanna, Move it. Rihanna looked shocked. Ed Rothtailor asked, Is there a reason why? Rihanna said, Because she is quite aware of how different she becomes here, Dune explained. When she is with you, she acts like any other girl. But in front of her company, Lady Lortel is a cold person with iron flowing through her veins. Ed Rothtailor said, That sounds like a lack of respect for your employer. Dune said, That is actually a compliment. Either way, Dune continued, if there is anything you need help with from our company that you would rather not, discuss with Lady Lortel directly. Call for me anytime. He took out a bottle, wiped it clean, and added, This drink costs about 1 gold coin even in the Oldek black markets. It is strong, so do not give it to anyone who does not drink. They will get seriously drunk. Rihanna took a single sip, and that afternoon, she became angry and chased after Sales Manager Dune, yelling, Stop talking about other people's embarrassing moments, Dune. Ed Rothtailor looked at the bottle and said, You think too highly of me? Dune chuckled. Too highly. On the contrary, I think you underestimate yourself. Ed Rothtailor wiped his brow and sighed. At Clavin's store. Ed Rothtailor thought, According to Lortel, I should buy supplies ahead of the semester. I could already make most things myself, so I should focus on consumables. But, why are you here? Annis asked, covering her face. Annis? Ed Rothtailor said. She lowered the book from her face and said, I came to buy a few things. I just did not expect to see you here. You have not been coming by the laboratory lately. You must be pretty busy, huh? I heard about Janica. They said she was injured quite badly. Well, I was a little surprised when she announced she would live out there at the camp, but it seems like she is settling in well. I'm sure you are dealing with a lot yourself, Ed. I am well aware of your situation, Annis continued, so I explained it to the professor as well. Take care of yourself, okay? Clebius and Onyx are good at getting work done, so you can ease up a little too. You need scholarships to make life easier, right? Anna sparkled in beauty as she spoke. Ed Roth-Taylor silently listened. Yeah. Thanks, he said quietly. Anna stepped back, smiling faintly. Now then, we'll be going. She accidentally hit the table, and her bag of groceries flew. Ah. Ed Roth-Taylor caught the bag midair. Careful. You almost fell. He caught an apple as it tumbled toward the ground. Anna stammered. Ed Roth-Taylor wiped his sweat and examined the contents of the bag. Sprouted potatoes. A rotten apple. This spinach looks like she dug it up herself. Why is the bread moldy? Never mind, Anna said flatly. You can look. There is nothing special in there anyway. It does not matter. There is no reason for me to try to impress you. She looked away, blushing. So, is being poor something to be ashamed of? So what if you see me like this? Do I need to impress you, huh? Tears welled in her eyes as she bit her lips. What are we, dating? Huh? She slumped. I want to disappear. I am sorry, Ed said softly. Ed thought to himself. Annis Halen was known as a commoner who carried herself more nobly than most nobles, but her family went bankrupt shortly after she entered the academy, forcing her to work as well. I thought she would be struggling, but to think she had it worse than me, living out in a camp. Thank you, he said aloud. Annis bought this cookie. She shared a bakery membership with Clara. I feel like I could have lived without knowing that fact, he thought. As they sat together, Annis blushed and cleared her throat. A new professor will be replacing Professor Glass, so I came to buy supplies we were low on. It looks like you have been shopping quite a bit yourself, Ed, she added. It is nothing much. I just heard that the prices of school supplies are going to rise soon, he said. Yeah, I check the prices every day, and it looks like everything is about 10% more expensive than last month, Annis said. You do that every day? Ed asked. If you think I am overdoing it, no, Ed said. It might sound strange, but I think we are quite similar, Annis. She looked shocked and confused. Ed thought to himself, if you get sick, you cannot work. If you cannot work, you lose your dorm. If that happens, you cannot attend the academy anymore. She must have gotten used to this stressful life. I am sure she has come to work sick more than once. Survival does not mean the same thing to everyone, not like it does to me, living in a cabin in the woods and preparing for the next scenario. To Annis Halen, this academy was her forest, her jungle. Annis smiled, looking at Ed with glowing beauty. Thank you, she said quietly. I actually thought the same about you when we first met. Anyway, I should buy things for the next semester before they become even more expensive. Besides, if whoever is doing this can manipulate prices this wildly, it must be the LT Trading Company, right? At this rate, they are bound to clash with the student council. I do not know why they are squeezing profits now. Well, I am sure they have a plan. The leader of LT is probably smarter than I am. I will be heading out now. Thanks for telling me. Ed thought to himself. I am curious too. Why is LT raising the prices of school supplies like this? When you are curious about something, the fastest way to learn is to ask directly. Later, Lortel Keshon said, these Clentru drinks are terrible gifts. Come on, Dune. If you were going to embezzle funds, you should have bought wine instead. Just because it is expensive does not mean it is good. Ed said, that one is mine, you know? Lortel Keshon replied, well, it came from me either way. Dune occasionally skimmed funds, bringing in items like this. He did not even realize Ed knew. Why do you let it slide? Ed asked, so that I can use it against him if he ever oversteps. It is a bad habit of mine. Regardless of who it is, I need insurance before I can fully trust someone. It is strange to say that you are special, she continued, but I have not found anything to keep you in check, Ed. Then Lortel Keshon grabbed Ed's arm and pressed it close against her chest. What if we both knew each other's weaknesses? I am sure you have many questions for me. At the professor dormitories. Ed Roth-Taylor said to himself that it was a bit far to walk, but following her led him near the professor dormitories. There were not many people around, making it an ideal place to talk. This classic setup, Ed thought, does not suit you at all. He recalled what Lortel Keshon had said before. It is not about how expensive it will get. You will not be able to buy anything once the break is over. Are you planning to buy everything up and hoard all the school supplies? Ed asked. Yeah, well, I am the only one who can freely set prices on this island, Lortel Keshon replied calmly. It never occurred to me that you would be curious about the inner workings of Elta. She tilted her head slightly. Are you worried about me? Well, Ed said, hesitating. In situations like this, you are supposed to say that you are, even if you do not mean it. I suppose so. I'm a bit worried. Lortel Ketchum looked at him. Ed, confused, looked back. Then, she smiled faintly. Should we trade secrets, now? What are you planning? Ed asked. I told you, she said. I want us to share our weaknesses. If you tell me yours, I will tell you why I'm raising the prices. A. Weakness. Ed paused. Ha. You asked me this before, did you not? He remembered her question from long ago. Have you ever killed someone? Back then, he had answered no. In the present, Ed said quietly, whether I had killed a person before. Ahaha. I did. It has already been a year, Lortel said lightly. Why bring that up now? I lied to you. Lortel Ketchum froze. I have killed someone before, Ed said. A countless number of people. He looked at her coldly. Thank you so much for watching. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to help me grow my channel. Your support means the world to me. Don't forget to leave a comment below. I love hearing from you. Let's keep the conversation going and get those analytics buzzing. Until next time, take care.